Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Tony Plays The Binding of Isaac. Hope everyone's doing all right. Everyone's going about their day nice and lovely style. I'm doing pretty solid. Truth be told, only one downside / only one thing I can really complain about. Might be thinking, Tony, what is that? It's getting warm again. Oh, brother. Oh, buddy, oh me. Now look, if you don't know me, like, don't necessarily, you know, no worries or anything, but I, like most other people, I would hope, but I you know, I hate the heat. I know, getting into a very nice topic immediately, but I absolutely despise the heat, bro. The shit kills me, you know what I mean? If I was to say one thing, is that this shit kills me. I'm not grabbing that. I'm not grabbing that. And honestly, I got nothing to blame but like just global warming, brother. It's fucking hot, man. I hate it. And I just wish, you might be thinking, Tony, what the hell are you complaining about, you know? Want me to fucking tell you what I'm complaining about? It is currently 10:16 at night. What would usually be 10:16 at night, somewhere along like 57 degrees or like, you know, 50-ish degrees Fahrenheit, by the way, Fahrenheit. It is currently, we're sitting at a nice median 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Brother, I'm gonna be real with you. It should not be 65 degrees Fahrenheit at 10 p.m. It's not even April. You know what I mean? We ain't even in April yet, dog. And how is it already this hot? It was fucking 83 degrees today, brother. You know what I mean? That's the type of shit I'm talking about. It was fucking 83 degrees today. There's no reason for it to be that hot. Like, for fucking what purpose, bro? For what purpose, man? It baffles me. It makes me pissed. I'm all types of fucking mad. I'm gonna be real with you. You know, if we're being honest, I'm all types of pissed the fuck off because I absolutely fucking hate it when it's hot, dude. I feel uncomfortable. It's only gonna get worse, truth be told, you know what I mean? As the time goes on, as we go more and more into the fucking year, you know, it's gonna be like how it used to be. It was like what? It was like we were sitting at 80-degree weather days in fucking October, you know what I mean? It's goddamn October. Why is it 80 plus? It sucks, man. I hate it, and I know I'm gonna just want to slam myself out even more as time goes on and we get closer and closer to those days. Might be thinking, you know, Tony, what's it to you / like, why is it so bad? One, I hate the heat. In my opinion, hot, like being warm temperature wise or being hot temperature wise is one of the worst feelings ever, bro. Because the thing I like about when it's cold is that if it's mad cold, you can put on layers. You can get warm. If it's mad hot, you know, I can take off layers. I can take off my fucking jacket. I can take off my sweat, switch it into pants. But if it's still hot then, I'm fucked. I can't do anything. You know what I mean? I can't do shit because motherfuckers decided to start drilling oil, you know, or whatever, fucking up the whole shit. And now I gotta pay for the fact that it's fucking, you know, like I said, I gotta pay for the fact that we are not even in April. You know what I mean? We are 1 month into spring. I'm getting 80-degree days. I want to kill myself. This shit fucking sucks. I just want it to be cold. And it's worse because I guess this is like a me problem or whatever, but I be sleeping with a blanket on. At least one blanket on my shit. That's how I be sleeping. With at least one blanket. Now it sucks because I don't know what it is with me. I just can't sleep in a bed with that, like, not one blanket. And you might be thinking, Tony, just don't use a fucking blanket, just like sleep under covers. No, or like just sleep on top of the covers. Brother, that's what I already do. I have been sleeping on top of the covers my entire life. You feel me? I have been sleeping on top of the bed, like the bed sheet, on top of the bed covers my whole life, bro. If I will say one like life hack from me to y'all, it makes it so much easier to not have to, like, you know, to worry about making your bed. You literally just need to straighten out the fucking bed sheet cover and then like fold whatever blanket you used to originally lay down. But like, bro, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I can't do it. It fucking sucks. It is so hot. I am in actual distress. Each night I go to bed having to deal with the fact that it is goddamn, I be going to bed hot as shit. And it's like, oh, don't worry, I have a fan, you know? I'll just have a fan that I set up in my room to fucking go to sleep with the fan on. And it's like, bro, but I can't just leave a fan on 8 hours overnight. You know what I fucking mean, man? What kind of madman am I? 1. But then like 2, I'm like pretty sure, I don't know how real this is. I'm like pretty sure that cannot be good for like you as a human. You know? That's how you be waking up with like the world's worst sore throat or something. But it's just like, dude, I need it to cool down. That's how I'm feeling right now. Is I just need it to cool the F down this coming up season. But I know that probably won't happen. And in fact, I cannot wait for the next few years to be like, oh, you know, we have recorded a new record high temp, and it's like, oh, that's great. Wonder why that may be, you know what I mean? Surely there's no correlation to anything, right? Surely the fact that we will be recording record high temps for the next few years, each year in a row, you know, it's a sign that things are just A-O-fucking-K. Now, I don't mean to sound doomer or anything like that, but I'll be real with you, man. This is the one thing that I feel super fucking passionate about. Why do I feel super passionate about this? 1, because I live on the planet Earth, you know, 1, I live here, and fucking 2, I don't want to be hot. I prefer the freezing fucking cold. You know what I mean? I forgot to complete my full analogy, but when it's fucking hot, you know, when it's cold, you can put more layers on. When it's hot, you can shed layers. You know, I can go back to my shirts. I can go back to my shirt. I can go back to my shorts. But if it's still hot, then I can't peel off my fucking skin or anything. I just gotta deal with the fact that it's hot as dick. Hot as balls. Hot as, you know, whatever. Insert ism here. You know what I mean? Once again, don't mean to crash out on y'all or go all crazy. Oh, Tony's fucking losing his mind again. But this is one thing that I'm very passionate of because I just hate it. I hate being hot, like temperature wise. I gotta specify because it just fucking sucks, man. I just want to go to bed nice and bundled up in a goddamn blanket. I don't want to have to. Trust me. I think in my entire life, I will never. I don't understand how people do this, by the way. Like, I will say this and then I will defend my reasoning for this. I do not understand how there are people out there in the world that will, like, go to bed like just straight freeballing it, you know what I mean? Go to bed undies, no undies, just straight commando balls out, butt ass naked. And to me, that's like, brother, what are you doing? 1, that's my thought process. Is, bro, what are we doing here? second thought process is just kind of like, okay, no, okay. First thought process is just, how do people do that? How do people just go to bed and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna just free ball the shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go to bed just letting my balls hit the goddamn bed sheets. Like, no. Hell no. Excuse me. You know, excuse me. Maybe I'm a little fucking crazy. Oh, it did work. You know, maybe I'm just a little insane. Maybe I'm not tapped in to the universe like y'all are. You know what I mean? But to defend myself, if you were to ask me, Tony, defend yourself, I'ma just say, bro, you know, I be showering. I would consider myself to have good hygiene. I still wouldn't, like, you know, sorry for the expletive, but I still wouldn't just let my balls hang out touching the goddamn bedsheet. You know what I mean? I do not understand how there are human beings out there that are just like, yeah, I just go to bed naked, or I just walk around my house butt ass naked. I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Do you dead ass do that, or are you just fucking with me? Because, like, why? You know what I mean? Why? That's my question, kind of. It's just, why would you fucking do that? You know, just to defend myself. Just to defend myself here. Because I feel like that's always an argument that comes up when it comes to, like, why wouldn't you just lay on your bed naked? Why wouldn't you go to bed naked? Because, like, I just don't want to have my fucking, you know what I mean? Once again, sorry for the ick, but I just don't want to have my balls hanging, you know, my balls just laying on my damn bed sheet, bro. There's just something inherently unhygienic about that shit. And forgive me if I'm fucking crazy. Maybe I'm taking crazy pills here. But, like, brother, y'all feel me? You know? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Just some thoughts, you know, just some thoughts, food for thoughts, one. But, like, once again, I cannot shed skin, you know, I can't get colder, I can only get warmer due to, like, layers, but I cannot actively make myself get colder by any real means. I'd either A, have to crank the AC, which, because it's air conditioning, you know, I'm pretty sure everyone's experienced this before. There's always something with dads and the thermostat. My dad would not want to crank that AC up at fucking all. You know what I mean? And it's like, brother, like, it's literally, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure I remember reading or seeing somewhere, it is literally more power efficient to constantly have the AC on instead of turning it on, turning it off, turning it on, turning it off all the goddamn time. You know what I mean? Once again, quote me if I'm wrong on that one. Quote me if I'm damn wrong on that one. But that's what I remember hearing / seeing. That's just what I'm saying, you know? That's just all I'm saying. That's what I remember hearing / seeing, is that it is quite literally more power efficient to just have it on instead of keep turning it on, off, on, off, on, off all the fucking time. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, there can be no reasoning with my father in that aspect. And it's either A, we turn the AC on whenever he is like, all right, I think it's good to turn the AC on, it's kind of hot, you know, or that shit's just never getting turned on. You feel me? And it sucks. You know what I mean? It sucks, but that's just like the my house, my rules mentality. Do I agree with it? Hell no. You know, in my opinion, I will vocally disagree with my father on this aspect. I don't think that's necessarily a crazy thing to do, but I will say it's not something that you should be going around preaching, being like, hey, look, dad, I disagree with you. You know what I mean? That's just that's the my house, my rules mentality. It's just like, hey, who pays the mortgage on the house, then I make all the decisions. And the decision is, don't fucking, you're not turning on that goddamn AC for a longer than like 5 hours at a time. And it's like, but my brother in Christ, it is 3:44 a.m. and I am sweating my ass off due to this goddamn heat. But it's like, I'm unfortunate, brother, Sorry to say, unfortunate circumstances. You are not getting that shit. You will deal with this heat, and it's just like, yeah, I guess I will. You get real creative with your solutions. Trust me, I have looked everywhere for solutions. I've seen the whole thing where it's like, get a fan and put like a bowl of watered ice, or ice water in front of the fan so it can like blow the mist and it'll be nice and cool. But it's like, look, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. The numero uno maneuver, just what's the word I'm thinking of? Numero uno maneuver in getting out of the heat, getting out of the crazy bad heat. Just put a fucking fan on, go to bed, don't worry about it. You can't be hot when you're asleep. You will wake up stuffed as hell and you will be like, I want to die in the morning when you waking up clammy as shit because of the goddamn heat. The game glitched and now I'm able to walk over shit. That's kind of really funny. I will say that. I will be honest and I will fucking say it. You will be clammy as shit and it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna feel horrible when you wake up in the goddamn morning, just like not in a pool of your own sweat per se, but it's just hot and you're like, wow, this fucking blows, but oh well, that's how it's gonna be. You know what I mean? That's how it's gonna be. You just gotta get used to it, brother. And nah, I dare not say it. This is this is something that will be discussed upon later in life or something like that. Not up for the Tony video to have this type of talk included in it. But that's all I'm gonna say, bro. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. Is that the heat fucking sucks. How anyone can like this shit, I don't know. You gotta be low-key stupid as shit. No offense, trust me. I mean no real disrespect when I say that. But a part of me low-key does, because heat is fucking dog shit. And I don't know how to express my hatred for the heat other than with all these expletives. You know what I mean? Like, I know I like, not from a content standpoint, but just like in general, maybe I should tune down how much I curse or whatever, stuff like that. You know what I mean? You feel me? But a part of me is also like, it warrants it. With how bad it warrants me cursing all the damn time, because it fucking sucks, dude. I don't know what to tell you, brother. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you. The heat is horrible and I don't want to deal with it. What more can Tony say to make it clear? You know what I mean? What more can I say to make it as clear and as bright as day as possible? Is that the heat sucks and I hate it. I wish it was colder, but unfortunately, I think in my lifetime, it might not ever be colder. You know what I mean? I think as I grow older, it will only get worse and hotter. And like I said, we will be experiencing more and more, oh, hottest day on record, hottest day on record, hottest day on record. And somehow there will still be people that are gonna be like, interesting. One of my favorite fucking arguments was some some dumb motherfucker in Congress being like, I'm carrying a snowball right now in this place. This would not be possible if global warming were real. And it's like, you need to slime yourself out. You know what I mean, bro? Like, are you dumb on purpose? Or do they just let, not to get crazy political, do they just let idiots like this run the fucking country? Or something like that. You know what I mean? You know what I fucking mean, bro? It's just like, it's one, it's embarrassing. Insanely embarrassing. And two, it's just like, you guys suck. You guys suck. This blows, one might say. You know, that's how Tony feels on, hey, there you go, you got my opinion on global warming, and also you got my opinion on just the fact that it's getting hotter. You know, I'm just gonna, low-key, I might just have to bring the fan out of retirement. I used to have, the fan in my fucking closet used to be running the streets summer 2024. Just absolutely going crazy, blasting all the time, putting in work, putting in 48-hour shifts in the goddamn coal mines just to keep my ass sufficiently cooled. And like, it sucks that that has to be a thing, you know what I mean? Before, I never owned a fan, you know? That's how bad, I never used to own a fan. I would just go to bed and fucking wake up the next morning and be like, you know, I got myself a good sleep. Now I wake up not in a pool of my own sweat, but it's just like I wake up and I'm like, wow. I wake up feeling like I need to take a shower. Frame one, you know what I mean? You may be thinking, Tony, you don't be taking showers in the morning? No, I be taking showers at night before I go to bed. Now I gotta do fucking both of them, you know? Now I gotta take a shower before I fucking go to sleep and then when I wake up in order to get max cleanliness. Because if I take a shower as soon as I wake up, you know, I take a shower as soon as I wake up, because it just got really, you know, clammy and horrible in my sleep. So I gotta take one before I wake up, and I gotta take one before I go to bed, because throughout the entire day, while it was hot as fuck the entire day, I slowly, you know, started getting a bit more and more clammy and shit. So it's like, all right, you know, it's just, catch-22 isn't the correct word, but it just feels bad, bro. It feels horrible. I hate it. Doesn't necessarily matter, so here's what we're gonna do. Mini Mush, Tammy's head, but that they all suck. But dude, it's just, it's bad, man. It's annoying. I hate it. It's not often that I get into a crazy rant state like this, but it truly is something that I absolutely despise. You guys think you have an idea? You have no idea how much I hate the heat. That shit makes me just feel uncomfortable as a human being. You know what I mean? Not to, like, you know, like, this is not transcoded or anything, but you ever feel uncomfortable in your own skin? That is how it feels when it's fucking triple-digit degrees, hot as shit, and it's just, you got no solace other than this fucking small-ass fan that's running at max power for the past 48 hours trying to cool you off. You know what I mean? It is horrible, brother. I wish I never felt this way, but I can't escape it. That's just how it is. That's just how I feel. You know, I just gotta deal with the fact that it's only gonna get hotter, and I gotta start getting creative. You know, I gotta start just getting creative for how to make the heat feel less and less horrible on me as a human being. You know, that's the move. That's the method. That's the move. I just gotta learn how to cope. Oh, by the way, guys, we're going to Mother. In case you guys were wondering, you know, Tony, you spent so long yapping, you didn't tell us what the move is. Yeah, we're gonna go to Mother because I need to get. Well, one, I need to get whatever item it is. I think it's like M apostrophe or something like that. Because apparently it's a good unlock. I have it in my handy dandy book of good unlocks. So we need to get it just to see, you know. We need to get it because it's really good, and also it's not often you get a run good enough to go to Mother. Granted, I don't necessarily think this run is crazy goated enough to go to Mother, but I'm here because I have to be, one might say, you know what I mean? But God, I can feel it now. Honestly, I'm gonna have to start. I hope that with my configuration, you guys will not be able to hear my fan, but I'm gonna deadass have to start recording these videos with like a fan running in the background 24/7, because it is 65 degrees right now still. I feel uncomfortable as fuck in this heat, and it doesn't help the fact that, you know, it's 65 degrees. Tony, that's not bad. Yeah, but I also am recording in a room with a fucking computer, which is the equivalent of a goddamn space heater. So not to say like, oh, I'm burning myself in here, but it's like it's not helping. In fact, it's contributing to a decent chunk of it, but it's only gonna get worse in the coming months / time. You know what I mean? Maybe I just never use a PC during summer. You know what I mean? You know how like school teachers be taking off summer vacation, or school teachers and students have summer vacation off? I'm gonna need to do that with this fucking. I'm gonna need to do that with the goddamn channel. Tony's gets summers off because it's so hot. You know what's funny? I remember me and my friend a while back, we had a like Hot Ones kind of thing. We did a stream where we like answered Hot Ones questions, and we each bought our own Hot Ones like kit, and we played, and we asked each other, you know, crazy questions about the past and stuff like that, because me and my friend were both content creators. And I remember one of the questions being like, if you could live in another state that's not California, where would you live? Now, me personally, I'm gonna be among the minority of people here. I actually really like the state of California. I think it's great. All my family's here. I lived all of my life here. I think it's great. Have we done Delirium? We have done Delirium. I actually really like California. But if there was one state I had to move to, I don't know how they would feel about having a guy like me, you know what I mean? But it would definitely have to be, what is it, Michigan? Whatever, like the north state, Wisconsin, the state up north that's known for being really nice to people. It'd have to be that state, even if they secretly hated me due to me being a minority. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather live there because at least it's gonna be cold all the fucking time. You know, I don't have to deal with the sweltering 100-degree weather. But, oh well. Anyways, want to thank y'all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and or good night, depending on the time reviewing this. Catch y'all on the next one.